I've worked with men who've pushed their testosterone to the high end of the range, sometimes even above it, and ending up with worse libido than when they started. Their blood work looked perfect, but their drive was gone. When testosterone is forced too high or climbs without balance, your body fights back. Estrogen rises, cortisol spikes, and androgen receptors stop responding, leaving you with high numbers and low performance. In this video, I'll walk you through the exact chain reaction that turns optimized testosterone into a libido killer, which markers in your blood work reveals it's happening, and the protocol I use to fix it. This is based on case studies, recovery data, and lab results from men I coached who are chasing hormone peaks without understanding the trade-offs. Once you see the patterns, you can optimize for both testosterone and libido without wrecking one to improve the other. The natural clients I work with that have the highest, most consistent libido and energy typically have testosterone levels in the 700 to 800 nanogram per deciliter range. And for those on TRT, 800 to 1000 seems to be the sweet spot. What I've learned from working with hundreds of high-performing men is this: there's a sweet spot for testosterone that maximizes libido, energy, and sexual function. And it's not at the top of the reference range that most men think. In fact, going over the top range of 1000 to 1200 can make libido and sexual function even worse than when you were natural. The men in my program who came to me with crashed libido, despite sky-high testosterone, all made the same mistake. They thought more was always better. The limiting belief that keeps men stuck is thinking they need to push testosterone as high as possible. But the reality I help my clients understand is that optimization is about finding your individual sweet spot, not chasing numbers. The problem typically happens to men who are on TRT and given bad protocols from their doctor who don't properly educate them on what they're taking. You may experience moon face, got fat, sweating all the time, snapping on people, and your equipment might even stop working. But when you understand the 7 specific protocol mistakes that destroy libido, you can avoid them completely and maintain peak sexual function while optimizing your hormones. The first mistake is frequent high-dose injections. If you're injecting 200 milligrams once every 2 weeks, you get massive spikes in testosterone, estrogen, and DHT immediately after. Then a few days later, you get a steep crash. This roller coaster wrecks mood, energy, and sexual function. When I analyze a client's lifestyle, one of the first things I look for is injection frequency. The men who inject once or twice per week instead of daily or every other day are setting themselves up for hormonal chaos. Think about it like this: your body prefers steady hormone levels, like a calm river flowing consistently. Large, infrequent injections create massive floods followed by droughts. Your libido can't function optimally in that environment. This can also cause your to stop working. Things can go from decent before TRT to worse while on testosterone. The men in my program who've experienced this describe it as the most frustrating part of their optimization journey. Having high testosterone on paper, but worse sexual function than before they started. Every training program I design now includes specific injection protocols that maintain steady hormone levels, because I've seen how crucial this is for maintaining optimal sexual function. The second mistake is estrogen mismanagement. There are 2 likely scenarios that destroy libido, and both are completely avoidable with the right approach. The first scenario is too high estradiol from excess aromatization, or in simple terms, testosterone being converted into estrogen. This leads to bloating, irritability, water retention, and erectile dysfunction. When testosterone levels spike from large injections, aromatase enzyme activity increases dramatically, converting more testosterone to estrogen than your body can handle. The second scenario is too low estradiol from unnecessary aromatase inhibitor use. This causes depression, joint pain, and zero libido. When I review blood work from clients, I can immediately spot estrogen mismanagement. Either estrogen is sitting above 50 picograms per milliliter, causing water retention and mood issues, or it's crashed below 15 to 20 picograms per milliliter, causing joint pain and complete loss of sexual desire. The men working with me understand that estrogen management isn't about elimination. It's about finding the optimal range where testosterone and estrogen work synergistically to maximize libido and sexual function. The third mistake is possible aromatase inhibitor overuse. Some clinics automatically give Arimidex with TRT, even if you don't need it, which crashes your estrogen levels. Doctors prescribe aromatase inhibitors as a preventative measure without first checking if estrogen is actually elevated. The result is crashed estrogen levels that destroy libido, mood, and joint health. Low estradiol levels are worse for libido than high estradiol in most cases. If you're unsure whether your current protocol is really working, the answer is in your blood work. Whether you're considering TRT or already on it, we'll help you see if your approach is on point. Hit the link below and schedule a time to talk to me or someone on my team. The fourth mistake is lack of individualism. Cookie-cutter dosing ignores critical variables that determine how your body responds to testosterone. No adjustment for SHBG levels, aromatization rate, or body composition and diet, all of which affect estrogen conversion. What I've learned from working with hundreds of high-performing men is that individualism is everything when it comes to hormone optimization. The aromatization rate varies dramatically between individuals based on body fat percentage, diet, stress levels, and genetics. When I analyze a client's lifestyle, one of the first things I look for is their individual response pattern. Some men can handle higher doses with minimal estrogen conversion, while others need lower doses with more frequent injections to maintain optimal ratios. This is why many TRT protocols fail. They use the same approach for every man without considering individual biochemistry. The men in my program get protocols designed specifically for their unique physiology and lifestyle factors. The fifth mistake is unnecessary HCG or add-on compounds. If HCG is added on top of high-dose TRT without proper estradiol control, aromatization can skyrocket. HCG stimulates the testes to produce testosterone and estrogen locally. When combined with exogenous testosterone, total estrogen production can exceed your body's ability to manage it effectively. More estrogen equals more risk of libido issues. Through my work, I've identified when HCG is beneficial and when it becomes counterproductive. For men focused purely on libido and sexual function, HCG often creates more problems than it solves. The men working with me understand that more compounds don't equal better results. Sometimes the most effective protocol is the simplest one that addresses your specific needs without unnecessary complexity. The sixth mistake is misattribution of cause. Some people think that the loss of sperm count, which happens when taking TRT, equals the cause of erectile dysfunction. Low sperm count is just from HPTA shutdown, your body's hormone control system. On TRT, no LH or FH production happens, which are the signals that tell your testes to make testosterone and sperm. It's unrelated to erection quality. This misconception causes men to add unnecessary compounds or abandon TRT altogether, when the real issue is protocol optimization. Your equipment can stop working if your protocol spikes and crashes your hormones or wrecks your testosterone to estradiol balance. But it's not because of reduced fertility, it's because of hormonal instability. After years of studying hormonal optimization, I've learned that erection function and fertility are separate systems. You can maintain excellent sexual function on TRT with proper protocol design, even with suppressed natural production. The seventh and most important point is understanding the real problem and solution. If your protocol is dialed in with steady serum levels, injecting 2 to 3 times per week instead of one giant injection, proper estrogen management, and no unnecessary drugs, your sexual function should be as good as a man in his 20s. What I've learned from working with hundreds of high-performing men is that protocol optimization is everything. The difference between men who thrive on TRT and those who struggle come down to those fundamental protocol principles. I've identified specific injection frequencies that maintain stable hormone levels, estrogen management strategies that optimize the testosterone to estradiol ratio, and monitor protocols that catch problems before they impact sexual function. For men who want to optimize the natural way, Tongkat Ali, fenugreek, ashwagandha, and proper fat intake are scientifically proven to enhance testosterone and libido. You can also use enclomiphene pills or HCG injections as monotherapies to boost your natural testosterone production if you want to go the enhanced route but not full TRT. These options allow you to maintain natural production while optimizing your hormone levels. The men in my program who've mastered natural optimization understand that consistency with proven compounds often produces better results than constantly chasing the latest supplement. Every man in my program who's thriving today started with one simple step: getting clear on what their blood work revealed. That's where the real hormone optimization begins. If you're ready to do the same, click the link and book a call with either me or my team, and we'll go over the exact blood work that you need to get and also review labs with you if you already have them. Until next time.